what we trying to do. I'm sorry before we start. What we trying to do is like we have real conversations. So our podcast, the first ones of us, it's just like basic conversations that women have about men or men have about women. Just keeping it real, like real. Mm-hmm. Because you see a lot of people, they don't really keep it real. They keep it like, yeah, we doing this, but we really ain't doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at like people that I want to interview, people that I want to talk to, I want to have real conversations.
Yeah.
Not like phony conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like real conversations, like dreams and aspirations and stuff like that. Not just like regular, like not just like weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not about that. I'm real. Like I just want to be real, man. That's why I don't even. And I tell people like, you see my name up there, like that's my name, because I'm not a character. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you know me from my school, so I'm Ari. So I'm Ari here. Mm-hmm. I'm not this person. I'm not that person.
Look what they wrote.
You know what I'm saying? So
look what they wrote.
I'm here to see Ms. Shavon's face.
Told you, look. Here we started. We were YouTube live.
Okay, ready.
All right,
I'm gonna give him a side.
That's a little.
So Chan, move over.
Right.
I'll stay.
We up here. We on a podcast right now. We on Ari Matilda Presents Real Conversations. So I need y'all to tune in and y'all could call in. Look, check it out right here. Boom, look. It's the logo. Right there. Hey, Ms.Shavon, they looking for you. And here go the number to call in, y'all. Look, y'all want to call in support?
Hey.
It's the number right there. Call in.
Real conversations, man.
Let's get it, y'all. All right.
I'm on Iheart too, yo. Shout out to that.
Oh yeah, Iheart too. Give him a shout out.
Blessing.
Y'all on YouTube live.
Blessing. That's Matilda. Y'all wanted to see her. Y'all see her now.
Hello, everybody.
All right, so yeah, it's nice.
Hi, YouTube. Y'all not gonna see my face tonight.
All right, so we ready to record at this point.
Okay.
What's up, world?
What's going on? What it do?
What's up, world? How's everybody doing today? Today's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Shit.
So far.
I gotta be Brownsville. Fucking.
Yeah, Brownsville is here. A lot of times they don't get to see Brownsville. I've been around a lot of crews, and I've been only niggas from Brownsville, so I'm like, shit, ain't really much of us around.
I don't know, man. I'm from East New York. What's up?
What's up, neighbors?
Neighbors, man, neighbors. So what's up, man? I got my man C with me, baby.
What's going on, man?
How you feeling though?
I mean, shit, a little exhausted, excited. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying right now? Cause it's up, down, down, up. You know how this shit go.
Oh man, we here to talk about your web series, man.
Okay.
You got YouTube on Smash right now. How you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm still taking it all in because it's like a real time thing. We do it all the time, every day. So by the time they on this one, I'm really down there because I gotta keep going. You know what I mean? But the love is real. Like the love is real. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that showed me that what we doing is really making an imprint on people by the love we get. So that's how I see it through the people.
You know what's funny, and I'm gonna let Matilda because she got a couple of questions to ask you. But what's funny is that when you said the love, like you don't really see that like that. You know what I'm saying? But now you see it more because people are inspired by other people. People are inspired by the story. You know what I'm saying? So when you got your web series, you got people inspired. You got people like, damn, like that's something that I can think about. And when you say you stay on a level. Your level is like you're not. If you're doing one now, you on the next one.
Yeah.
And that's focus. And that's what a lot of people they're not focused like that. And the reason I asked you to be on and you hit me up real quick, like, and I'm like, that's a blessing. I appreciate it though, like, cause a lot of people really didn't hit back like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit me back, I was like, damn, that's really good, and that's love. That's love, B. And I feel like when you did that, it showed that that you want to see growth.
Yeah.
And in this small little podcast that we doing here, that just started like a month ago or something like that. So that's love. You know what I'm saying? Matilda, I know you got some questions. She looking in the back.
Matilda.
How you doing today?
How you doing?
So tell us a little bit about your web series. What is it about? What is it based on? I read that it was based on a true story. Is it about your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much the web series is all the things that happened to me in my life growing up before stories of people I encountered, stories of friends, stories of women I've dealt with. And I put it all together because we was a group of kids who grew up with our family, who grew up with our mothers, fathers. So we only had each other to help figure out this life. You know what I mean? And we didn't have love. So we ended up getting love from the streets by boosting, getting a fly shit, running the streets. People in turn started liking us. And that love turned to love we didn't get at home. So we thrived off that love. And we ended up doing whatever we had to do to keep that love coming. But people look at you crazy like, why? Because this is love. But it's, like I say, it's no different than a soldier going to Iraq to fight and die for his country because he died for what he loved.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's a different class of it. You know what I'm saying? So this show is to show people that, because I grew up rough. And I know there's a lot of kids going through the same thing who ain't strong enough, who don't understand this shit. Because the generational curse we all going through, which ain't our fault. It's been passed down for us in the neighborhood and cycle and to keep going, but we don't know to recognize it. How can you fix it? You know what I'm saying? So part of our thing was to try to help fix it and bring our community together and build a platform for us with our careers.
So how did it come about? Did you just wake up one day and say, I'm going to create a web series? Like, how did that idea?
Well, pretty much, the web series thing was going on, the Money and Violence thing came out, stuff came out, and I'm an artist, so I always made music, so I always envisioned of telling my story one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I 50 Cent, he blew up, he did this movie, so I'm thinking one day when I get where I'm going to make a movie, but I never thought it'd be me making my own movie of me. So we was watching them shits, we like, yo, I want to tell my story because my story, I know my story is dope and it's different from all these stories, totally different, you know what I'm saying? But I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I didn't know nothing about writing a script or filming and acting, so I was nervous. But I wrote some shit. And I went to my partners, and he was like, you gonna do it? I'm like, I don't know, because no matter how many cast members you got, if the shit flop, it's on your name. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we went over it, and then they was like, we should do it. Then I had a family issue with my mom's going through some crazy shit. And it was like, how am I gonna help this? I'm like, fuck it. Put this in the show and see what we can do.
So you mentioned other web series. How do you compare yours to other ones, and how is it different?
Well, pretty much I was different because we come from Brownsville. Brownsville has our own subculture from Tilden. We was boosters, you know what I'm saying? So we interacted outside of the neighborhood. When you grow up in the hood, you only go to the 4 or 5 blocks around you. We was boosters, so we was in the city, A&S Plaza, we was in Jersey, we was in Paramus, we was in Queens, we was in Staten Island Mall at 14, 15, 16. So we seen different things. We went Banana Republic, Abercrombie and Fitch, you know what I mean? Stuff that niggas in the hood wasn't doing. Everybody in the hood, straight drug dealers and all that. So we was doing schemes. We was like 15, getting $1,000 checks in the mail from different corporations. So that's how I knew my story different because I watched all of them. Everybody, drug dealer life.
That's what it's about. It's about survival.
And the key thing that we had before everybody else had it was we had backstories. I watched every show. Nobody had backstories and characters. It's just you see him, he do what he do. You don't know why he do it. My show is showing you why we do what we do. And we don't preach messages. We are the ones, people trying to give us the message. You know what I'm saying? Most shows you see them dropping the Jews. People trying to get in our head, but we so caught up this way that we don't see it.
That you don't see it. And what's funny is that, like, I grew up in East New York too, so like the way I grew up was totally different because it was more about like, taking care of what you gotta do, go to school, boom, 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 fucked up in school, then you going back to the street. So when I was looking at your series, I'm like, yo man, like dudes is really doing this. Like this is real life. Like this is a real life story. And I was telling Matilda on our way here, I was like, this is a real story that needs to be broadcast. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at a lot of people who doing web series and stuff like that, like, they're not dropping the knowledge, like you said, the backstory. Like you don't really get the backstory on a lot of people.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? It's like watching the Cosby Show. Like they telling you, they giving you the right, but they not explaining why was the wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're not explaining that. Right. So with you and your series and everybody that's included, I think they got a story. Like it's a story. And it's a story that needs to be told, and I appreciate you telling the story. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at everything how I grew up, and I think Matilda talked about how she grew up and her upbringing, it's different from your story. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has a story. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked at Money and Violence, I didn't really like understood, but I understood everything, but it didn't have I didn't hear that. I didn't see the message. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you got a message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because most people when you see these stories, it's all about we out here getting to the bag to survive. Getting to the bag to survive. Cool, granted, we don't do that, but we out here doing this for love. That's our way of surviving because we don't have it. This is how we get our love. So this will make ours different. You know what I'm saying? Because it says this depicting the lives of group grown until then. You know what I mean? Tragic crime by living in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? So we out here doing this, and then we still got to go home to the Ville and deal with moms on drugs, uncle falling asleep in the living room. Real life stories. Yeah, like shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. Stories. You know what I'm saying?
Real life stories, and that's why I wanted to have you on because it's like dudes is going through real stories, like real life issues and stuff like that. So after this, it's still something else that needs to be said. You understand? So that's how I look at life. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna until you got more questions. Got a lot of questions. She's got questions. It's like a question there.
What is your next step? Do you want to stream on Tidal? What do you want to be on TV? What's your next step?
Well, pretty much, I'll tell everybody, we building. Right now, it's just a foundation, right? We came in as Mama Shorty Productions, which is a production company, you know what I'm saying? It's a web series, is one of our projects. On Christmas, we put out Let's Go Christmas, which is a spin-off movie, which is all comedy, you know what I mean? Straight comedy all the way through for an hour and a half, and even the characters switch around, change around. Like even with her character in the show, web series, she has no man. In the movie, the guy that do Muhammad, he plays a boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? So we switched it around to show you it's different from this.
Right.
So in the future, after this series go off, we got another movie coming. Then the movie after that one we got coming where I'm Not Class. We got totally different names. Like we switching it up. And then we want to bring more programs forth. Because our goal is within the next year or two to build a solid foundation with our films so we can do what we want. Then if these people want to come along. But we taking care of ourselves right now.
Right, exactly. Right. Was it difficult to have people on board with your idea?
Nah, not getting them on board. Keeping them on board was the difficult part. That was the hard part.
How so?
Because, you know, you got a lot of people that just be excited to do something, and then once they do, it's like, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Then you got people who, you know, get caught up in the moment. So, you know, me, it's like I write film and all that, but I still got to keep them in on. So it's 40-some people. So, you know,
so
you have your
still got to
challenges.
keep them involved. You still got to make sure that they understand each role.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you got to do though, because when you're looking at a person like who's creative like you are, you got to keep everybody in line. You're the chain. You know what I'm saying? So you're the head man in chain. So everybody else got to fall in line. So that way that this series can go further and beyond.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's excellent, man. And not like, you know, Matilda got more questions. She just got a lot of questions and shit. But that's cool though. But what was unique about your web series is that every place that you shot at, like I either drove by or went near, because like I said, I'm from that area. So it's like when I see it, I was like, oh shit, I was over there. You know what I'm saying? And before I know that you had the series out, your web series, I was just like, that's wow, because I could have had a shot. You know, that could have been my acting career. You know, I'm not inspired to be an actor, but you guys are pretty much acting. Nah. But you acting in real, character. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think I call that method acting.
Yeah, because I don't call myself an actor. Like me personally, I'm an entertainer. Yeah, exactly. That's just me. I know how to do a lot of different things, but it's just not. I don't call myself an actor. You know, I entertain and put it on the show. That's how I look at it.
And you put because
we all knew it's our first time. None of us did this before, so.
Exactly. And you put an amazing show on, man. Every time that I flip it, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I might get fired, whatever. I watch that shit at work, like literally, I'll be at my desk, all right, let me watch this. You know what I'm saying? Because when you into something, you into it. You know what I'm saying? So you're not focused on damn, I'm trying to get out of here at a certain time. I'm like, all right, let me watch this part, let me watch that part. Hold on, let me do this. Yeah. And people tell you, I'm a busy dude. I do different things, but I always have time to support. You know what I'm saying? Support people who come from the same upbringing that I came from. You know what I'm saying? So that's just different, man. That's like I said, I'm always keep saying it. It's amazing. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Miss Question here.
Thank you. How many followers do you have?
I think 11,700, something like that.
And how long did it take you to reach that?
Well, I've been doing stuff before that, so it's been, I've been already had a couple thousand followers. added on to it. Before I told you I make music before, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff like that. So we always been moving around. This just one that just took off, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was just happened like that.
Now that you're doing this, have you put music to the side?
Oh no.
Okay.
It's a crazy question. I just did a podcast the day before ago, and I get this question so many times, and I like it. I like it because what I did was something totally different. People don't understand what I was doing because everybody like, yo, what the music?
Yeah.
The title "Let's Go" is my single. It's a record I got.
Okay.
The intro is my song. When this shit go off, you see me again playing music. Then through this music, we just put out a soundtrack, all new music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I tell people is I was making music. Let's Go is like an album to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was making music audioly, they probably didn't receive it right.
Right.
I put out because everything in the show is what I've been saying to my music. Just lyrics on paper. I just put in the visual and they took to it.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? So I'm moving the music. I'm just moving in a different lane. But I'm moving it with 3 different brands. I'm moving with acting. I'm moving it with fashion. You know what I'm saying? So I got a whole nother vessel to move 3 different things in one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you got to do because I'm into fashion too. So next time you come up here, you got to bring some merch, man.
Yeah, I got you know what I'm saying? I like,
Yeah, listen, we like merch here.
We definitely got a song, She a Baddie for the girls. That's the theme music for the girls come out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we got a song called Mommy. Remember the song Jay-Z did, Daddy, where have you been? We flipped that to Mommy, where have you been? You know what I'm saying? People who lost their moms, their mom neglected them. So we got different type of stuff.
And it goes back to what you were saying, how you grow up. Like sometimes you grow up without a mommy. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no mommy, but you got grandma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of people that grew up not having that parent, and it just makes you more in tune. Like, what's your next step? And this is and you going off life experiences, things that happened to you in the past, or things that you just start reflecting on, and that's deep because when people start hearing it or hearing it through the music. And then actually watching it, it's different. It's like, wow. It's like, damn. And they start seeing you and they like, damn, like this dude is creative. He's brilliant. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get that. Especially from like the hood. You don't get it because it's like, it's like the 2 things, like you're dead or in jail.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact. So and if you in jail, then you ain't doing nothing. If you dead, you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a blessing to just be in the presence of a creator. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who creates their art and got their art form down pat. You know what I'm saying? That's just awesome, man. Question.
Yes. What type of clothing do you make? I wanted to ask.
Oh, we got a clothing line called Velar. She's the designer of it. And then we got the LG for L83. That's Let's Go for Life, where that's our clothing line we got. Okay. We got the 50 feet left, 50 feet right stuff. Like we got a lot of different slogans and stuff. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
T-shirts.
Oh no, yeah, she makes a T-shirt. She do a lot of stuff. Hats and stuff like that. Yeah.
I like T-shirts. I like hats.
I like hats too. So make me a hat on my.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's crazy because when you have individuals who grow up, man, like I keep talking about it, like I know people who grew up and they still didn't grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
Yeah. So like they still struggling. Like I have seen something that's like, yo, like it was a young dude saying, yeah, I'm the big homie. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause you still where you at. And I feel like your evolution is just like it's just up there where it's like you are headed in a direction, and that's why I said, I'm like, yo, let me get this dude on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, listen, I come up,
when dudes get
big,
big,
talk shit. Nah, listen, come talk shit.
Boy, he love to talk shit all day.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What?
You know my nickname, right?
What?
Class E ass. You saw that? Yeah, that's my nickname, Class E ass.
Listen,
and that's what makes me different because a lot of dudes is real. I don't call it reserved or nervous. Yeah. Classy ass. I run around. Got a dance called a chicken wing. I like to have fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't a little serious. And,
I ain't gonna talk about eating ass because I just got married. So you know what I'm saying. So at the
end of the day, she married you for a reason, bro.
I'm gonna always shout out my wife. Shout out wifey for life.
Yeah, shout out to the wives.
Shout always out to the wives.
Yeah.
The wives that stick by you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and that's important. And this type of society, and we was talking about moms and dads, you have to be there for your children.
Yeah.
So that way they don't have to. You don't want them to have that struggling backstory. You want them to have that great backstory.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's important. And that's why, like when we do things, either, you got your web series and every venture that you're doing, and we got the podcast going on. It's not about that. It's about the future.
Yeah.
It's about jumping ahead and visualizing what else is going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
nothing stays the same forever. You gotta be ahead of the curve. You gotta like when we were starting too, we was already planning the movie after too. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna do next year because you gotta be ready prepared for next year. You can't wait the next year to prepare for next year. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that, man. You can't do that. It's weird if you don't, then that means you're not a thinker.
Yeah.
I always say I live for the moment, but I also live for the future too. Because I gotta know, I wanna know, I'm living for the moment, but I also wanna know what the future holds for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what do the future hold for you right now?
Well, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, we are exploring our talents right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 2 movies on the table right now that we working on. And after that, we got a bunch of ideas from sitcoms to kids shows. It's just sitting down and directing the energy to the right project. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but our future goal was to keep doing acting, keep doing comedy. Because we want to do movies. That's what we're going to do, independent movies.
Mm-hmm.
The web series is more of our basis to build a fan base and see if we can do it. People like us for it. Now we know we do. So I said, all right, we get better. We learn more. We get more money. Get more resources.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time everything is right, we can boom, that big movie could be the next John Singleton hit that we ain't had in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it ain't going to be tomorrow. It's going to take time to get to there. And we know that. So we all right with that. It's all about building a solid fan base now so they can ride with us and grow. Because it's coming. It's going to be a big movie coming.
Yeah, you gotta build the infrastructure first. That's what I was telling you. Like, you gotta build the infrastructure first, and then you blow up.
Exactly.
And then you blow up, and you at it, and you get to a point where, I'm gonna still try to. I'm gonna still hit you up, and
I ain't going nowhere. Listen, I pull up on your cookout. Listen, I'm there chilling.
I'm gonna remember this when you get famous.
Well, listen, I don't eat meat, so you'll be eating some vegetarian hot dog.
I'll be out. I'm like, yo, you got a drink? Got some liquor? Something? I ain't hungry.
Oh no, we definitely got some. So yeah, definitely, man. So Matilda gonna ask questions because she likes to ask questions. I'm gonna open up a bottle. I ain't gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah, we could discuss. You want to sell some characters? You want Ms.Shavon's character? I want her to talk for a while.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking. Let me hold the camera.
Tell us about your character.
So I am the mysterious Ms.Shavon. She has a drug addiction. She's been in jail. She has three kids. When the story is now going into my backstory as to how I have 3 children. One child was taken from me when I was arrested with his father because I was moving kilos. So he's gone. I don't know where he is. I'm currently looking for him. My other son, he was abusive to me. He would pull out guns. He would talk crazy to me. So I come from like a real gangster background back in the 80s, right? Where he pulled out a gun and I killed him. Well, I got him killed. Oh, wow. Yeah. So now my other
yeah. That's your son. Just got him killed.
I got him killed. Yeah, YouTube is killing me for that. They hate my guts for that. But my son that I have now, he's starting to act crazy. Right. So I'm telling him that I want him to be good. I don't want to lose him because he's like the good son. Right. I always call him the good son. If you watch the show, you'll see that I always like, you're my good son. You're my good son. But Shavon, she's fighting a drug addiction. She has like a very abusive background. Her mother was abused. Her father would beat her mother like crazy. So only thing she knows is to be tough and rough. Right. So she don't have no boundary with anybody. It's a go at all times because she's so used to seeing people being abused and she's not with it.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is an appropriate question to ask because it's about how things will end up. But do you see Shavon progressing into a more positive person? Or somebody that just
No, she's crackhead for life. She's smoking.
We don't want her to be a
I mean, it happens. Some people stuck in the system.
No, I believe that she will evolve.
Yeah.
One thing that I like about not to do. One thing I like about our web series is I always say it's a consoling web series. Mm-hmm. So right now we at the point where we're showing the struggle. Right. We're showing that things are really happening in the world, and it gives kids an idea. Like, listen, we see what's going on. Right. We're not gonna judge you for it because we see it. Right. Shavon, she crazy.
She off the rock?
No.
I haven't seen Shavon yet. I gotta watch one episode.
Yeah,
I haven't seen your character yet.
She off. Yeah.
And also, she camera woman, director too. Yeah. She hold a camera. Like, we all take turns. Like, we all. Like she hold the camera, I hold the mic sometimes. We just switch up. Depends on who in the scene. I'm in the scene, him in the scene.
Mm-hmm. But that's what's great though, because it's like, you're not hiring somebody to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's family. So it's like, yo, listen, all right, I'm up next. You got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Next man up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just like that.
But that's how it is. If you look at other groups of people that's thriving in society, you will see like that's exactly how they work. Yeah. You might see 8 million Mexicans in one apartment, but guess what? Sooner or later, they're going to own a business.
Right. And they all can pay their rent.
Yeah. Oh, you might see 10 Jews living in one house, and you like, how they live in that house?
And they got business.
Yeah, it's a plan.
Sooner or later, they'll be rich. So let's struggle together. Why not? Right. Why not? If you got a vision, I ain't got it. I can assist. I can hold the camera. I can hold the mic. I can tell you what looks like what. Right. Why not? Right. We can all get money together.
Right. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's about that money.
Yeah, that's all it's about. And when you really look at life, it's all about loving your family and helping your community and making money.
Listen, I'll be an actor. I don't care. I just want to be on TV because I feel like I got the face on TV. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I got a good cut today. I felt blessed.
Okay.
Listen, only reason I do feel blessed because I look at it like this. You could be anywhere else, but you're here.
Right.
And you here, and I'm here, and you're here. You guys are here.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are. It's not like, oh yeah, we here. Like, listen, we here.
We here.
And it's not for like short term though.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting. Like, it's about long term goals. Long term. So your character might be on drugs for years, but you'll still be on the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Even though I want to get off, that's just what I'm trying to say. I'm going to throw that plug in. Could I get on drugs?
Yeah, she don't want to go on dope.
Send her to rehab, man.
Let's see season 3.
Listen, send her to rehab, man.
Yeah, let me level up.
Then she got to go back on it.
Yeah, she can relax, right.
Some drugs in it.
Yeah. Oh, man. But it's like when you understand the power of Black people and how we have to unite and do everything for ourselves. So yes, if you, like she said, if you behind the camera, you might be the best cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. You teach the next man how to be the next cameraman, how to direct.
And that's dope because when we in Brownsville on set, you guys got to see how the children just gravitate to the whole thing. He always tell a story of how he was just the kid. We put the mic down, and one of the kids just picked up the mic and held it. So like you show them that you don't have to be out here selling drugs. You don't have to do this. You could take your talents to South Beach. Why not?
Also speaking of that too, I've been partnering with a few local agencies and activist groups and stuff like that in the neighborhood. So BMS Healthcare, 73rd Precinct, we're working on bringing together a media program to the neighborhood like that. So it ain't fully finalized yet, but we're working on that because in the day we learned this on our own, so we could teach it to them. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. What kid you know in the hood got access to cameras, equipment, and somebody to teach them how to act? Because a lot of kids we put in the show that got mad time, but yo, this guy's good, his kids is good. You know what I'm saying?
You got the gift.
Exactly.
And that's crazy because like when you start doing that, that goes to the after school programs. You understand what I'm saying? Like teaching the kids how to hold a camera, how to act.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And teaching them other ways to get out the hood. Because listen, like I was telling, it's hoop dreams.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hoop dreams. It's just like, yo, you gonna ball?
You gonna rap?
Or you gonna rap?
Let's go.
Or you gonna sell some crack? Or you gonna fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So now you got to teach them another outlet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
So
it's about
young.
Exactly.
And the
when
best.
I grew up outside, I look out the window. What I saw: guns, shootouts, and all that. They look out the window. Oh, they filming. Look, I'm telling you, I'm telling you how ill it is, right? You saw the show, right? You see our handshake?
Yeah.
Every little kid in the neighborhood. Yo, what up, y'all? All of them know the handshake. All the little kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, though.
Yeah.
That's love.
And we alter the thought of like negativity. If you see the show, remember, only thing we know about handshakes, that's a gang, right? So we even see, what is it, Brownsville? I mean,
oh yeah, you know
top
that stupid shit. The top 10 most dangerous neighborhoods
in Brownsville.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They took a clip from our rap video of us throwing our "Let's Go L" up and put it in there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
But that's how and it was funny is that this is where I go get some that getting hating media.
Get to it, Ari. Yeah.
But nah, but
Yeah, that was some bullshit though.
but they do that because they want to make every African American neighborhood look bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They want to make it. They want to make. Oh, that's why it's shootouts over there. That's why it's this. But listen, dude, we making a movie over here.
Yeah.
That's why it's like that.
Right.
That's why it's so crowded, because we doing something positive,
Right.
productive, and people get mad about that. So what they do? They steal your shots. Oh, this is what's going on in Brownsville.
Yeah. And let me tell you how ill it was. One of my cast members at work, and the supervisor called in the office like, "You in a gang?" Said, "You mean I'm in the gang?" She said, "Oh, you up on this thing?" Like, "No, we in the web series. That's when I video had to show her." Like, that shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
And I flagged it. We flagged it. His YouTube up like,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It's
And
inappropriate.
And what's crazy is that jobs do that now without having that knowledge, just asking the individual.
Right.
Yeah.
Ask me if I'm actually doing something productive.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I know you can make that
Misconception.
I like when she corrects me because you know whatever. But when you make that misconception that you hurt the community.
And that's real
And
talk.
you hurt the community because now this dude who was working at his job, who's doing really good, get fired because he's helping his man out because
Right.
they doing something productive. Now you can't feed your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand like everything is a domino effect.
And every black thing is not a negative thing. Like, we really turn handshakes into something positive. When the kids see us, they're so excited. So when they see the L, they know, oh, that's Let's Go. They filming, they're doing something great for the community. I mean, from the elders to the young people, they gravitate to us. They love it. I mean, they looking at us like, yo, when Thursday here, let's go, let's get it. Y'all filming? Can I help? Like, it's a real good thing, and I want the news to come and see what's happening.
Channel 12 News
Because
having
even
They need to come.
what we do every year is we like before the season start, we get the 12-foot screen, the display screen from Walmart. We bring it out in the hood, put it up in the grass, and the whole neighborhood will come out. We'll watch 2 or 3 episodes for it to come out. Everybody outside chilling, drinking.
Nice.
Like a movie night.
No
They had the chairs
violence,
up.
no
No
guns,
violence, no guns,
no
fights,
nothing.
It's
Just
about that.
love.
Even the police came on time. Like, what's going on? Like, we doing this. How you do it? Like, listen, we brought people together for peace. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's it.
And when it's peaceful, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just like
Yeah,
it's
'cause we got a
awesome.
slogan. The slogan go, anybody throwing that L up, that's family there. So if you see one of us, you just throw the L up, that's family, it's love, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shit like that.
definitely.
And a lot of people don't know that class is like a pillar in the community. You know, like, if I always say, if someone else would have done this web series, people wouldn't have gravitated to it like that. Like, people really love him, and he's really positive, and he really have that heart to change his community. Like, I didn't grow up in Brownsville. So when I first came to Brownsville, everybody, my parents was like, oh no, don't go to Brownsville. It's crazy over there. They're going to rob you, blah, 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 blah. But when you actually get into Brownsville, it's love in there. Like, people, I got aunties that I never had before. Like, and it's real. I mean, you be like, hey, auntie, you be like, these people can't come from Brownsville.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy because when we was when I was talking to somebody who was like, yeah, we gonna go to Brownsville, the girls with the chancletas.
yeah.
They was wearing the chancletas with the do-rags, but they was probably just going to the store.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So you making that judgment. Don't make that judgment.
Yeah.
You can't judge a book by its cover. That's what I live by. That's what I go by.
Right.
You
And
know
this
what
is
I'm
why
saying?
in the show, we got a phrase we always use, Dusty, Dirty Brownsville nigga, because if you don't know Brownsville, first, Brownsville niggas dirty, 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 dirty. But when you see us, we ain't dirty. That's why I'm saying I'm showing the Brownsville we never seen, because outside of my neighborhood, everybody else Brownsville is just hood niggas. I was a street nigga. Hood nigga is a nigga who on the block, who stay in his neighborhood's area. The street niggas who out everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So this what made us look different because we dress different, we walk different, we talk different, we got our own lingo. So when you see us, we're like Brownsville dirty niggas. When you hear Brownsville, first thing you think of, nigga coming through with the shit out, you know what I'm saying? You see me coming like, you from Brownsville?
I actually was thinking the same thing.
See?
I'm from the Bronx.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So when I think of somebody from Brooklyn, I'm like, oh, he looked like a Brooklyn dude.
Exactly.
He looked like
You know
this
what I'm
dude. When I saw you, I was like, he looked like he from Harlem.
Everybody said that.
No, yeah, everybody say he look like you.
But you know what I'm saying? So we show them a different look of Brownsville, a different view. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, niggas stylish. Oh, that niggas cool. You know what I mean? Then we show loyalty through the group or the main characters together. We show brotherhood and loyalty. That's what we want to show them because if you look at social media, these websites, these hip hop sites, all they promoting is beef. So if the kids see beef, what they doing? Well, to get on this website, I got to beef with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we trying to show them that it's okay to be brothers. There's people out there that really love each other, that will ride for them and sacrifice $1, break down the hero in 4 ways for each other. There's people out there like that, and you could be, you know what I'm saying? But if you only see niggas robbing, doing grimy shit, like that's what it is.
Right. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you growing up, I keep saying I grew up in East New York, and it's tattooed on my hand, and it means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? You got it tattooed on your phone, and it means a lot to you. So it's like where you brought up from, that's what you love, and that's what you inspired to change. Yeah, and that's what you're doing. Like if you got the kids coming out saying like, "Oh shit, it's Thursday," you know what I'm saying? Like it's Thursday, it's time to do it, and they out there, and I seen the kids out there, and I'm like, damn, like when you got kids out there respecting the craft. That's the future generation. Yeah. They're gonna do something. Yeah, that's the goal. My thing is this: if you are an artist or creator, your goal is to inspire. If you don't inspire, you ain't doing your job right. Because inspiration moves the culture forward. What you do, it'll shape him to do his on his own angle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it keeps it going. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
And just try to change some of these kids' lives.
Exactly.
You know, like if you've been through something and you know as an adult what it did to you, why not change? Why not show a kid that I understand that this is tough, but you could get through it? Because look at me. Right. I'm not a product of my environment. Like I went through it and I conquered it, and I'm different.
I was the worst. I made a good change, you know what I'm saying? From being featured in newspapers, being most wanted, being on the run twice, like, you know that you grow up, you know what I mean, wild, crazy, shit like that. So, you know, now trying to, you know, you go through that state of mind during them years or whatever, then you realize, like, you know, what the fuck I'm doing? I'm wilding for nothing, you know? So it's like, what I'm going to do? I'm going to use those same stories of shit I did, my past, to change my future.
Exactly. You elevate your life.
Yeah.
Elevate your life.
And it show kids the end goal. I mean, like the end of the story, the outcome. Right. So if you see Class go through all of this and he ain't get far, right? Hopefully you don't do the same thing, right?
And this is what I tell people: you have to learn from others' mistakes. I tell people all the time, I made a lot of mistakes. We all did, and we want people to learn from. And how we learn is by the stories we tell them. You know what I'm saying? And your story is there. It's right there. You wrote that story because it's a real story, and people gonna learn. And people gonna learn from it, and that's amazing, man.
Even from the girls, the girl Tisha character, her character is a girl who been molested by her mother's boyfriend. Her mother knew by the time mother was on drugs, needed money. He was a provider, so she allowed it to go on. You know what I'm saying? So Tisha is estranged from mother. She's an alcoholic, she drinks Tennessee, and she hates men. So them guys that think they plays and all that, she hates them. So she prayed on them because it makes her feel better to victimize them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is her aunt. So she comes to her aunt and they have conversations and stuff like that about what happened in her past. Yeah. But that came from me meeting a lot of women in my life, and they tell me to happen. I'm like, what? Like, niggas do that? But I've heard that story so many times. Like, it was just too common. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. So shit like that. Because a lot of women who never told their story or afraid or still harboring pain, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so just trying to fix things if we can.
What other audience are you trying to reach? You mentioned children, and then you just now mentioned women who have been abused. Who else are you trying to reach?
Well, pretty much we trying to reach, we go through certain social issues that we went through. So that's what we do like that. So right now we stepping into the juvenile life. That's the one we're gonna step in next to, juvenile life, because I have a cousin doing over 40-some years at juvenile, and that's insane to send his kids at 16 to his life. So what we do is not really a target people, it's a target situation. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And with the kids, we want to do kids shows. See, I don't really talk about too much because these niggas out here is foul leader ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna do something for the kids because, you know, as urban people we are, there's not much for us as for kids. Like we grew up PBS kids, Channel 13, Saturday morning cartoons, Junction, what's your malfunction? You know what I'm saying? So, and how I look at it, we all got kids. Yeah. Who better use our kids? The check go to them, and keep building.
Exactly. And it's funny you touched on that topic when earlier, just a few minutes ago about women being abused. Yeah. Like that happens.
Yeah. Too often.
It happens. It happens every day, every minute. And you bring it to light. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring it to light, even though it was already brought to life already, but dial down on it. You know what I'm saying? So when you bring something like that to light, people start having that understanding, like, and you have the children understand, like, that's not cool.
Exactly.
That's not how you live. Right. As a man, you don't abuse. You know what I'm saying? And you teach the kids not to abuse drugs. You know what I'm saying? Not to do this, not to follow in the footsteps, and find other outlets. And I think that's the moral, is finding other outlets to utilize your craft. If you a good writer, write.
Yeah, it's therapeutic for me. It's pain. A lot of stuff that I wrote and put in songs recently that I never even told nobody, but I felt like it's a way to get it off my chest from holding it in forever. Some of the pains I lived with and never wanted to relive again. You know how you bury shit in your soul, like fuck that, I ain't going back to it. But it's like a come point in life, like whatever.
Exactly.
You put it all on the table, you know what I'm saying, to make you feel better. Even with me and her in a scene, we had a conversation about her life, and it was more about her seeing her mother get abused and stay with a guy and stuff like that. And she saw that she did it. So for most people think, why the fuck would you stay with somebody if you saw your moms get beat? Right. But the cycle, if you see that, you only know what you see. So your mind is normal. Right. My mama stayed, so why should stay? Right. So I'm telling her, no, Ms.Shavon, that's not normal. That's not right. No man should do it. You don't deserve that. Just because your mother doesn't mean you got to do it. Because some people don't know that. Some people think that, well, mama got beat and she stayed because she loved them, so that's how it's supposed to be. They ain't like that. Right. You got options.
Exactly.
And I always say, like, this is my favorite quote, and he'll tell you, I always say everyone's normal is not your normal. Everybody's normal is different. Right. So, like, I always say, like, I might eat dinner at 6 o'clock every day, but you and your family may not eat dinner together at all. Right. So does that make me weird? No. Does it make you weird? No. That's just your normal. Right. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of the things in the show, we want to show that people go through it. You're not by yourself. Right. So if this is happening to you, talk about it. It's better that you talk about it. Let it out. Show the people that you can overcome all of these things that you're going through. That's pretty much what our show is about.
You got to speak on it too, because it's a lot to the web series. It's different. It's taking you, excuse my language, it's taking you down a bunch of different avenues that you don't even go through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or they kept quiet.
Yeah. And like you said, it wakes you up. When you see it, you're like, oh shit, like my little sister went through that. My mom's went through that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that means, like, how can you stop that? How can you make that not happen in your community going forward? You know what I'm saying? If you have a daughter, you teach her, not to be involved or not to deal with somebody that's going to do this to them.
Exactly.
And I got a daughter. And listen, I tell every day, man, hit until you see blood. If a man hits you, you hit him until you see blood. But I don't want my daughter to go through that. You just have to tell her the real life stories that it actually happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's true. The things that we talk about, it's happening. I watch every web series. And I've noticed that everything is cliche. Yeah. Not to down their stuff.
But the reason why, and you watch different people do things, ain't about words, it's about just in general. When people do stuff from the heart, it's different from just doing it because it's the trend. Right. And you can tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because from the heart, you're going to take your time. Right. Like even with this show, I started writing in January. We ain't come out in July. Took 6 months off my life to craft it, to put it out. Versus, now I want to be out. Everybody got a show. Let me just put one out. Nah. Yeah. So this why, you know what I'm saying?
And it's well written. Though, you know what I'm saying? Like it's your story, so it's well written. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make this up.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't. Somebody can't say, "Well, listen, let me buy that from you." No, it's because it's not gonna be the same craft.
Exactly.
It's not. It's gonna be fucked up. Excuse my language, because I got a lot of people that listen to this that don't like when I curse because I curse too much. But fuck it, because they don't understand. Like, it's a fucked up thing when you have to be around individuals who steal your craft. You know what I'm saying? And people will steal your craft. They will steal your ideas and make it theirs, patent it, sell it, make millions, and you're still fucked up.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
And then dish you.
People, but I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah.
It's cold out here.
You know what I'm saying? So when I thought about everything that I wanted to put into a real conversation podcast, it's real shit. It's not scripted.
Yeah, you can't make this up.
We don't write this shit up.
You can't steal this.
I say what the fuck I want because I have a freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And your web series give you the freedom of speech to do and say whatever you want because it's from the heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me ranting right now. I'm sorry.
No, that is true. It's true. And like our web series, we want people to not just judge it. Mm-hmm. We want them to say, okay, these people are trying to say something. Let us sit back and see exactly what they're trying to say. Because we have police officers in the show that's crooked. Yeah. People have gone through that. You get what I'm saying? So we had like a big conversation with the 73rd precinct. Like, listen, it's the way you guys approach us. Mm-hmm. So we're only human. So if you come in aggressive to us, we're going to be aggressive to you. Right. That's just human nature. Right. So we try to like change the whole atmosphere. Like if you guys are good to us, we'll be good to you. But as long as you keep coming at us crazy, we're going to be as crazy. We're not animals, but this is human nature. Right, exactly. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't want people, I want people to watch it and get the picture. I want them to get the message. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a tough message to get. And that's why I love him as a writer, because it's not, I'm not just, he just don't give it to you. Mm-hmm. You got to really watch it and say, this woman on drugs, her mother was beat, she can't find her son. This is why she going crazy. Right. She just didn't wake up crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is why she's going crazy. I want people to really get that message. Right.
And it's all family dynamics. Mm-hmm. People keep forgetting that. Like, it's family dynamics. Like, if you on drugs, if your mom's on drugs, her son or daughter might be on drugs or alcohol. Mm-hmm. And then their kids. Mm-hmm. And then it's a family chain.
Yeah, generational curses.
It's a generational curse that has to break. Some people are like that. Shout out to the people that's gonna like that. But I was gonna ask you a question. Like, what other social issues are you gonna touch on? Because I feel like I hope that in your next venture you touch on other social issues, because I think that's important as well. Do you feel like you're gonna touch on these social issues?
Pretty much we touch on a lot of social issues all the time. It's just, everything has its time frame down the line. Like, you got sickle cell coming up. Different stuff. Cancer. But even diabetes and certain things we got coming up. It's just, it takes time to give each one some time so they could get it, and then you move on to the next one. So by the time they realize it, they learned a lot of shit that they didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Put information in there. People know about blood pressure, certain stuff. So stuff like that people don't know. You know what I mean? Going to the doctor. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We just try to let it build. But definitely we're going to touch more social issues, because right now, this is where we could touch our people with it. Because because you want to go outside and preach, motherfuckers will walk past you 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now we got something that caught their ears. We can slide the message in and they watch you. You're going to see it regardless.
Right.
But that's what people do, though. Yeah. See that? They slide the message in. So if they're talking about drugs, they might be saying, let's talk about health a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Because we got a counselor. The counselor in the show, she's a counselor. She talks to Ms.Shavon. She talks to Tisha, different people about the lives. The character Kai, who trying to find his mother, she talks to them. So, and she's the one who breaks down the psychological part of you coming to see her, helping you deal with it. Mm-hmm. So you could be at home having a problem and she helping them, but it's helping you because she diagnosed him and giving him ways to do it. You watching it. You know what I'm saying? So we give you the solution. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And in the Black community, counseling is taboo. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, if you talk to Black people, they're like, no, I could fix my own problems. Right. I don't need no counselor. But counseling is needed.
That's my forte. That's when I come in there and I say, listen, in a lot of our communities, they don't have the resources that we need, far as the counseling, the rehab, the therapeutic groups that needs to be put in place.
Oh, we got. Can I get one quick shout out?
Yeah, shout out to that.
Shout out to Operation Heal 100 Hearts. They out of Brownsville, Brooklyn. They're a group of girls I went to school with. There's a therapeutic session. They do a group session. We actually gonna put them in there. They discuss different social issues with women. You could come there. We went there and spoke. So shout out to Operation Heal 100 Hearts from Brownsville.
And I'm so big on like mental health. Bring them.
Oh, I set it up for you. Definitely. Definitely. They'll come up
and we can link up a date.
Definitely.
But definitely bring them, because I feel like a lot of people don't touch on that in our community. And I mean, like, and I always talk about it, East New York, Canarsie, Brownsville, Bedford-Stuyvesant, all of these neighborhoods, they don't touch on it. And it needs to be reached, because when you reach it, you could conquer it, you can take it over.
Right.
And it doesn't have to necessarily exist in our neighborhoods anymore. It could just be put into place where it's being helped. Like they're being helped. And like you said, people don't want help. And the message that you kicking in your web series is that help is on the way.
Yeah, it's here.
And help is okay.
You can talk about it.
You can't conquer everything in your life. You might need someone higher than you to step in and say, no, let me put this in perspective for you. You know, so just trying to change the whole dynamic of how we think as a community. You know, like, it's all right. We got this.
We don't we don't think as a community like we should.
Yeah.
And you know, once we build it together, you know, arm in arm, it's a hell of a fucking community. It's a hell of a fucking people that's gonna do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Matilda. Ask a question.
I think of what other questions I had. I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Because I'm ranting.
Yes, because you're ranting.
Class is ranting.
Ranting class through the chicken wing with a mad shack. I had a girl send me a video from California. She was talking about chicken wing dance and shit like that. I do a chicken wing challenge.
Chicken wing challenge.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Listen, I can't even do the chicken wing.
There you go, look, see? That's the wingette.
The wingette?
Yeah.
That's the wingette.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the meatless wingette.
The vegetarian wing.
Oh man. But that's what it's about. It's about promoting people. And that's what Real Conversations is about. And at every chance I get, I try to tell people, like, I don't do it for the listeners though. Like, I do it for the people that understand. I call them the understanders, because they understand the message that we kicking. They understand the message that we kicking out there for them, so they could smell it and they can understand it. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're doing it for the understanders, for the people that know. You know what I'm saying? It's people like 60-something years old who've been through the struggle and still going through the struggle now. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you doing it for them. And you're also doing it for the younger generation who's trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? So that is great. That is a great opportunity for people to say, yo, listen, class, holla at me. I got a story. I feel like you're the best person to put this story together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can write that story for them because you know your story. You can inspire people. And that's what it's about. Inspiring people. Your people. Our people. From our neighborhood.
Yeah. It's for the people, from the people. That's how we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 million views. Y'all tuning in, y'all listening? We're at 3.1. It's crazy because it was scary at the beginning. It was scary because our YouTube channel only have like 260 some subscribers. So we like, shit, we gonna put a channel. Who the fuck gonna watch this shit? We don't subscribe. We like, what the fuck we gonna do? We like, how we get on somebody else's page subscribers? And it was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Nike. Yeah. Just do it. I got Nikes on. Just do it.
And then it just started to grow. You know what I'm saying? It started to grow.
Yeah.
Started to grow.
So I know earlier you said you considered yourself an entertainer. I kind of wanted to switch it and speak to you a little bit more about your talents. Yes. So tell me what else you do.
Okay, so I direct.
Yes.
I am a camera woman. and
You a camera
co-CEO.
I'm a co-CEO.
There you go.
And
Fashion
designer, and
Fashion, I love it.
and a psychologist.
You are everything in one.
Yeah.
Right.
Multitask.
Yes.
African American woman multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. It's about the women multitasking, able to go jump behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Do a
saying?
good job at it.
Do a good job. Do an excellent job on top of her game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, we all freaking come from many different talents. But at the end of the day, everybody has a unique talent that needs to be put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It all come together.
Yeah.
Come together.
Like a puzzle. Each piece, each piece fit in to help. Like my cast, I got a good cast. I leave my cast, they all help out. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them help out, getting locations, getting props or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Interviews. So it's like everything don't all fall on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? People will help out a lot. You know what I'm saying? You might need some bags, might need this, might need that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody help out. So that's what make it grow more too.
Oh man, amazing. But this is what it's about. This is what real conversation is about. It's about unscripted interviews, conversation about real life stories. Real life stories. So at the end of the day, if anybody listens to this podcast, I want everybody to understand that we here to help people grow. And we want to grow too. You know what I'm saying? So yes, come back.
Definitely.
Yes,
you know how we do. We always dancing around somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'll most likely bring more characters, bring them up here, see the gang.
Yes.
We have some fun. We love to have fun. We love to joke. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
Yes. As we wrap up this podcast, Real Conversations with Ari and Matilda. I want to say I'm Ari.
And I'm Matilda.
She's Matilda. Oh, man.
It's lit.
I
Brownsville.
feel good right now.
It's Brownsville. We have a good time, baby. C-Class here to make it do what it do, baby.
Thank you, C-Class. I appreciate it.
He got so calm. Thank you.
I need you to come on there and do it right. But thank you. I appreciate everybody for listening to this podcast. This is Ari.
And Matilda.
Yes, we are out. Holla.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You still on live. They got a lot of questions. Don't turn it on me.
Oh, this way.
Questions.
They got a lot of questions.
I'm not gonna lie, Uber and the Lyft driver who got some pieces. Come on, son. I don't do that in real life. That's only on YouTube. You want some pieces.
They want pieces.
Yeah, for the Lyft. What's good? 340 Rockaway, Mother Gaston, Dumont. Okay. When the sponsors come at y'all and they blaming, and Balmain Balenciagas don't change up on us. Oh, shit.
We won't change. We promise.
Y'all doing a good job. Read the comments on Marlboro Projects. What up, Coney Island? What's going on?
Hey, Coney Island.
South Jersey, what's good? They up here, up here.
They have a lot.
Throwing my L's up.
They was calling the hotline.
Oh, they was calling
pick
up?
up the phone. I'm like, I can't talk to y'all right now.
Long-term goals. Salute. Ms.Shavon bad. Didn't even see her face.
Right.
Thirsty.
Oh no, they were saying when I said I was a bad person.
Oh, yeah, she bad. She a devil. She a devil.
And that's so not me. When I read my script, I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, because they don't know what's happened to get the script. So nobody know what's going to happen until they hit the email. Then they figure out what they going to do
I
next.
said, I gotta shoot my
take to like prepare.
Man, we unorthodox. We work like independent people. I might see your script at 3 o'clock and we do it that day.
5 minutes before.
Some days, you get in advance, but listen, some days it's in your email. I'll be outside at 5 and we shooting. And that's it. But it's good because see how we work is like, it's not bad conditions, it's just tough conditions. But if you go to Hollywood anywhere, it's so easy that if you get somewhere else, it'll be a piece of cake for you because you come from doing it on the spot. These people get weeks in advance to prepare, you know what I'm saying? So like that, because remember, we film every week. Right. So it's within 4 days. We writing it, we filming it, we shooting it, editing in 4 days. So like that.
Keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything outside of the whole web series thing? Like, do you work?
Yeah.
Else?
Yeah, a lot of people work.
To balance doing that and then recording.
Yeah, yeah, we just got to work around it. Because say if y'all two in the show, y'all might have a scene together, but you might be off on a Thursday, you might be off on a Friday, but you might be off at 3, you might be off at 6. So it's a lot of trying to get it in order.
Think about it, like I got like 3 jobs and I do this.
Yeah,
that shit is a lot because you have to like. I literally think like what type of guests I need on the show. Like I need people who's gonna like tell me the real shit, not like hold shit back. You know what I'm saying? So, like next week we got this blogger coming on. Like we want people to understand like Ari Matilda Presents Real Conversations is just real. Yeah. It's not shit. We gonna stumble. I'm gonna say some shit because I speak so fast that I sometimes just forget what the hell I'm saying, and Matilda gotta back me up. But I appreciate that.
You always need a backup. The woman is always there to back it up, though.
So I said I need a woman co-host. It was like, oh, listen, a woman's always gonna be there to back you up, and that's what Real Conversations is about. You know what I'm saying? You go listen everything to me.
Yes. Oh, look at this guy.
What is that?
He put the eggplant for you. Ms.Shavon, give me that number for the plug. Eggplants.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Oh shit, Ms.Shavon, is that butt fat? Yo, these niggas.
See how they do? They got one.
These sick kids.
The ones that you'll get those kind of conversations, then I'll be a crackhead.
I'm gonna hit up the girls for you too. Look at a good picture.
I need something else to drink.
Yeah, we get some water. And some juice.
That was so. This is so cool, Irie.
Listen, I'm trying to make it. I'm on Iheart Radio.